Good morning, boys and girls. Are you ready to listen to more Flora and Ulysses? Along with the papers and the pages for each chapter, I don't want to make you spend too much time on it a day, but the chapters are so short, and I do want to get through the book. We are going to read 2 chapters today, and then I'm going to real quick check. I should have done this ahead of time, but I wanted to check and see if maybe we could skip a page for a chapter, so that way we could read a couple more chapters. But when we do activities with the chapter, it also helps us remember the book too, because this is an AR book. You can take a test on it, but also we're going to be watching the movie at the end, and we want to remember what happened in the book versus what happened in the movie. There are some similarities, but there are also some differences. I think today I'm going to read 3 chapters. So we're going to finish our first packet, which is going to be chapter 9 and 10. There's 1 page each for those chapters, and then there's chapter 11 in the new packet that came home this week, if I can hold it up, okay? So we're going to finish our new packet, and then we'll go into, or we're going to finish our old packet and then go into the new packet. It all makes sense. Chapter 9, the whole world on fire. She spoke to him, and he understood her. What the girl said was, Ulysses, come here, Ulysses. And without thinking, he moved toward her. It's okay, she said, and he believed her. It was astonishing. Everything was astonishing. The setting sun was illuminating each blade of grass. It was reflecting off the girl's glasses, making a halo of light around the girl's head, setting the whole world on fire. The squirrel thought, when did things become so beautiful? And if this is the way it's been all along, how is it that I never noticed before? Listen to me, the girl said. My name is Flora. Your name is Ulysses. Okay, thought the squirrel. She put her hand on him. She picked him up. She cradled him in her left arm. He felt nothing but happiness. Why had he always been so terrified of humans? He couldn't imagine. Actually, he could imagine. There had been that one time with a boy and a BB gun. There had truthfully been a lot of incidences with humans, some involving BB guns, some not, and all of them had been violent, terrifying, and soul-destroying. But this was a new life, and he was a changed squirrel. He felt spectacular, strong, smart, capable, and also hungry. He was very, very hungry. All right. For your page for chapter 9 is understanding. When Flora spoke, Ulysses understood. Ulysses was different. He saw everything beautifully, swarmed in light. How is this different to his life before the vacuum? So you can write in this box, or you can draw a picture. Now he sees everything beautiful in its light. How is that different than before he was sucked up in the vacuum cleaner? Okay, you can pause and complete that page, and then come back to listen to chapter 10. Chapter 10 is called Squirrel Smuggling. Flora's mother was in the kitchen. She was typing. She wrote on an old typewriter, and when she pounded the keys, the kitchen table shook, and the plates and the shelves rattled, and the silverware in the drawers cried out a metallic kind of alarm. Flora had decided that this was part of the reason her parents had divorced. Not the noise of the writing, but the writing itself, specifically the writing of romance. Flora's father had said, I think that your mother is so in love with her books about love that she doesn't love me anymore. And her mother had said, your father is so far off in left field that he wouldn't recognize love if it stood up in his soup and sang. Flora had a hard time imagining what love would be doing standing in a bowl of soup and singing, but these were the kind of idiotic words her parents spoke, and they said the words to each other even though they were pretending that they were talking to Flora. It was all very annoying. "What are you doing?" her mother said to Flora. She was sucking on a pitzer pop. It made her words sound rocky and sharp-edged. Her mother used to smoke, and then she stopped. But she still had to have something in her mouth when she typed, so she consumed a lot of pitzer pops. This one was orange-flavored. Flora could smell it. "Oh, nothing," said Flora. She glanced at the squirrel in her arms. "Good," said her mother. She whacked the carriage, returned to the typewriter without looking up. She kept typing. "Are you still standing there?" her mother said. She typed some more words. She hit the carriage return again. "I'm on the deadline here. It's hard to concentrate with you standing over me, breathing like that." "I can't stop breathing," said Flora. "Oh, don't be ridiculous," said her mother. "Go upstairs and wash your hands. We're going to eat soon." "Okay," said Flora. She walked past her mother and into the living room, still carrying Ulysses in the crook of her arm. It didn't seem possible, but it was true. She had smuggled a squirrel into the house, and she had done it right under her mother's nose, or behind her back, or something. In the living room, at the base of the stairs, the little shepherdess lamp was waiting. A pink-cheeked smirk plastered on her face. Flora hated the little shepherdess. Her mother had bought the lamp with her first royalty check from her first book, On Feathered Wings of Joy, which was the stupidest title for a book that Flora had ever heard in her life. Her mother had sent away to London for the lamp. When it arrived, she unpacked it and plugged it in, and she clapped her hands and said, "Oh, she's beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? I love her with all of my heart." Flora's mother never called Flora beautiful. She never said that she loved her with all her heart. Luckily, Flora was a cynic and didn't care whether her mother loved her or not. "I think that I will call her Mary Ann," her mother said. "Mary Ann," said Flora. "You are going to name a lamp?" "Mary Ann Shepherdess, to the lost," said her mother. "Who's lost exactly?" said Flora. But her mother hadn't bothered to answer that question. "This," Flora said to the squirrel, "is the little shepherdess. Her name is Mary Ann. Unfortunately, she lives here too." The squirrel considered Mary Ann. Flora narrowed her eyes and stared at the lamp. She knew that it was ridiculous, but sometimes she felt as if Mary Ann knew something that she didn't know, and the little shepherdess was keeping some dark and terrible secret. "You stupid lamp," Flora said. "Mind your own business. Mind your sheep." Actually, there was just one sheep, a tiny lamb curled up at Mary Ann's pink slippered feet. Flora always wanted to say to the little shepherdess, "If you're such a great shepherdess, where are the rest of your sheep, huh?" "We can just ignore her," Flora said to Ulysses. She turned away from the smug and glowing Mary Ann and climbed the stairs to her room, holding Ulysses gently, carefully in her arms. He didn't glow, but he was surprisingly warm for someone so small. Saying that he didn't glow threw me off. All right, our page for chapter 10. Flora's mom loved her shepherdess lamp. Flora hated the lamp. What was Flora's problem with the lamp? Why do you think that Flora did not like the lamp? That's what you're writing in this section. And then at the bottom, describe Flora's relationship with her mom. You can draw a picture, you can write different words, you can write sentences. You can be creative in the way that you describe Flora's relationship with her mom. Again, you can go ahead and pause, and then we're going to go ahead with chapter 11. I think there's a vocab for chapter 11. Nope, there's not vocab. Never mind. Chapter 11 is a long page. We're going to stop here. I was going to read chapter 11, but your pages are going to take you a while for chapter 11. So we'll wait. What's today? Wednesday. We'll do chapter 11 on Friday. All right. You guys have a good day. I hope that you enjoyed Flora and Ulysses for today. You're doing pages for chapter 9 and for chapter 10, which is only 2 pages. Have a good day.